Dave Nassi here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How are you doing today? So let's learn a really fun song. Let's learn Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Let's get into it. We're going to do two parts for this. We're going to do the body of the song with the intro, and in another video we'll have the solo. So if you're subscribing to the channel, you'll get all the great content that you need. But this is fantastic on so many levels, right? We have a lot of techniques involved, but we're going to break this down in a way that doesn't need tabs. It's just going to be you and me. We're going to hang out together, and we're going to learn this the right way. So let's do this. We're going to take a look at how to tackle this intro. Now, the intro, of course, involves some fret tapping. And, you know, I should say that big rumble at the beginning, it's not the drums. There's one myth we got to get rid of. That's Eddie Van Halen's Lamborghini from back in the day. Then the drums kick in, and then we have this good guitar solo. So, fret tapping, traditionally, let's just break this down, okay? We have a wide stretch that we're going to do. And this is a little bit different than the typical Van Halen triplet, okay? So the best way to execute this is going to be in this kind of fashion. Whenever I do this with my students, I talk about the fundamental of how to play the intro, then we go back and we plug in the pieces. So what I have here is a big stretch. Let's just take a look at my hand. I've got my finger on the C note, which is on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and my pinky on the 7th fret, 5th string. Now, what's going to have to happen here is I'm going to tap on 12. I use my 1st finger. You can use your middle finger, that's no problem. As we do this, we need to make sure that we pull off here, lead to this guy, lead to that guy, pull to an open string, and have enough momentum to have these guys come back and finish us out. That's really how we start this off. So right there, that's the first thing that we're going to think about practicing. And it's important to have that sense of timing to it. This is going to take place in a few positions as far as this intro goes, and we need to address how we start it. But what we're going to do position-wise is fairly simple to understand. What I have is I have this pattern. Now watch how I go from that open string and I change positions. That's the other part that's pretty crucial with this beginning. It can be intimidating looking at the tablature. So this is how it goes, and it's really easy. 1, 2, 3, on the 4th. And stop. That's how we're going to break that down. That same thing happens on the next string in the exact same order. So we're 2 strings done. Now, how am I going to start this off? Watch, I'm going to tap, open string it, and that gets me going. 2 strings done. So that's going to kick us off pretty good. Now this one is going to bounce between this position a little faster than the other one did. So I have... But that's the concept behind it. So when you learn this, don't worry about necessarily matching up perfectly. Let's get the technique down. Let's just think of how we're using it against an open string. And we try that first initial position shift. That could be your first day of working through the video, you know, going through it like that. And when we do that, what's kind of nice is we're just breaking it down, kind of compartmentalizing it, right? And saying, okay, well, I understand how the intro is made. I understand the concept of how it's made. And now my positions will be much easier to understand. So again, I'm going to kick this off with a tapped open. And that's going to lead us through this. Now, timing-wise, that's going to take care of us on the intro. I think we're going to be pretty good with that. If you just practice it in this nice, simple way, get that momentum, you're going to be able to move through that without any problem. And some time spent will definitely get you there. Now, to lead out of that, we have a very symmetrical lick that starts off in the same kind of way, where I'm going to tap 12 and hammer 5 to 8. Tap, descend, pinky goes to the next string. Notice I tap 12 and go 8, 7, 8. 8, 7, 5, 8. important for that pinky to land first. That's how we get out of it. Slow. One of the cooler Van Halen chords ever that comes in actually after that. And as far as soloing goes, because these are sometimes new things for us and we need a little bit of help and guidance, we have all the things that you need. Actually, in that YouTube text box that you see below is a really great link. If you click on that link, what you'll get is a free video and coinciding ebook that's not available for the YouTube fans out there, but what you get is a cool book on how to solo. So we're out there to offer some extra information. All you gotta do is click on the link, you'll get a free book and video that shows you all the scales, all the different shapes of the scales, the different modes, and some various techniques that you need with pentatonic scales and diatonic scales, all that stuff. All that terminology that you hear from time to time, we've put it together in a nice, really easy video, and all you gotta do is click on that link and it'll get you started. So we're gonna roll deuces on this one. We made it past the intro. So we have, or at least the tapping part of the intro, this is gonna be the F sharp note. I like to fret it this way, middle finger, E note, 4th string, 2nd fret, pinky on the A. My middle finger is blocking to mute out that 5th string. That's gonna be my first chord. So you saw how I pivoted off that F sharp. 1, 2, 1, 2, slide. 10, 7, 4, 1, 2. That's how we get out of that guy. Let me speed up a little bit. And then we're in. And we get to the cool little hybrid picking intro or verse there. So let's turn this way and talk about that. We're doing pretty good though, because now we're going to move at a good pace, you know, as we go through this. So the A here, what we want to get used to doing is having the pick hit the A string, my middle finger is going to hit the D string, and my 3rd finger goes here now. Now, I do have a little bit of nails on here. I have been fancying myself as a chicken picking guitar player as of late, so I have some nails on there, so please don't mind. But that seems to help me. If I have, that's how I'm going to execute that. Now I'm holding an A chord. I'm going to turn my body this way again. I have my A chord. I have my pinky extended on the 3rd string all the way out to the 5th fret. So if you could see there, I got the pinky all the way there while I'm holding my A chord. Now I have, that's 2 hits and a pull off. And a hit. I'm going to pick open. Hammer 5, 6, 7, 5 double stop, and we're in. So look at how we do that. That's so cool. We've got some hybrid picking going on. You know, I gotta say, I think this is probably how I learned hybrid picking or got comfortable with it. I used to think it was from a Vinnie Vincent Invasion video, but I don't think that's really it. I don't think it was Vinnie Vincent that taught me how to do hybrid picking, I gotta say. For a long time, I think it was. I'm gonna say right now, it must have been this song. So from here, not that Vinnie Vincent is bad, trust me, there's some shredding going on. Old school REH videos. But if I have this now, I just showed my age, Mr. Top. I showed my age by saying that. That's gonna lead me off there for my verse. That thing open and we recreate everything that happens with the pinky on the lower octave note now with my middle finger, and we give it more of a strum. So that's a really kind of integral part of that little. our next part. We're doing pretty good, right? I want to keep moving, right? We got a lot of good techniques to cover. We're going to do double stops, 8, 7, 5, hold my chord. Now I'm going to go up to the octave and I'm going to tap harmonic. So let's see what that is. When I go 12 frets higher than equal this, I can tap on the wire and I could recreate all those harmonics. So what I did is I tapped on 15 here. Then I'm going to go to 17 and I'm going to jump second string, 2, 3, 4. And again, I pretend like I'm touching something that's hot. You've heard me probably say that if you've seen our videos. And kind of recreate that. There's some liberty there, or artistic license, we will say. Probably not the same every time they did it, but it's just a cool effect. Go up, do the same kind of motion, 13, 12, 10. Now here, it does a cool little bluesy lick right there. It's crammed in the mix. All off of that there, that's 10 and 12, executing it with these fingers and these fingers. This flattened finger can pull. Power chords that we don't typically see, sliding from 7 to 8. So notice this is 8, 10, and 11. Root note, up strum, descending. 9, full power bar chord. 8, 7, 6, and we're in there. So. That's always cool. We got to throw those in there. Now, he would do his pick slides, I got to say, a couple of different ways. He would usually turn his pick around this way, and it sounds kind of cool. If you're coming from this direction and then going forward, it has a different effect. I use these little dudes, though, you know, and so it's kind of hard. These are like 1.5s. Eddie Van Halen's picks are paper thin. I don't know if anybody knows this, but they're like really, really thin. Not even like a 73. I think they're like a 60-something. It's crazy. So they really grab the string, and the pick slides are way, you know, unto his own and kind of sound cool just because of that. But if you have a pick slide, you're covering both the strings, you can hit a note and get out of it, and that sounds really cool. Sounds cool, like in that section. So if I go. We're going to lead back into that section. Solo is going to come up in another video. Let's talk about how to get out of this guy. Say we've made it all the way past that sucker, and we're looking at this now to close us. That's doing some 3-note action there. We're moving up across 11, 12, 13, and 14. We're going to end it by going. That's 20. Go to a G chord. Now I'm going to tremolo pick. That's 2. Start with an open string. Open, 2, 4, 7, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19, 21. Big bend. Go to an A chord. We're going to tremolo the A chord. I'll use this hand like this. Tilt it this way. I bailed my pick because I can go faster this way. And I torture my poor nail there on my finger. 5, 7, 14. And then my A, and I'm out of it. So that'll cover us for the body of the song. Boy, isn't that a good thing? It's so fun learning Van Halen songs, especially when we go through them like that. Please, everybody, subscribe to the channel. We would really love that. Click the like button and leave us a comment. I have a feeling this will be first of many when we start getting into these things. And I love a challenge. So if you're like, hey, man, I want to learn, you know, the pound cake solo or something like that, anything weird, any era of Van Halen, call us out. We have so many fun teachers on here on the website, and we would all love it if you gave us our feedback. So really appreciate it. Check it out, and I'll see you next time. Epic Guitar Instruction.